What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I just turned 50-year-old back in November, and I've noticed that my energy level has went down. From the time I was 45 to 50, my energy levels have dropped tremendously. I can still get out and work, I still go walking, I still do push-ups every night. However, I've noticed that's more difficult to get motivated, more difficult to get my energy levels up, and more difficult to actually get out and do things. I get more exhausted more quickly, and I have all the symptoms of, my testosterone being low. I've not been tested, however, for my age at 50 years old, it's going down. It always does. It's just a natural process of life. It goes down as you age, and it starts at around 30 or 35, I think it is, and it gets progressively worse as we get older. That's why it's more difficult to lose weight, more difficult to gain muscle mass, and actually over the past year, I've gained about 20 pounds, you can see. Still not fat, but I'm not where I was a few years ago. So I decided to try to figure out what I could do to build that back up and kind of slow the aging process down, that lower testosterone, down that low T. But I wanted something natural. So I contacted this company, Black Forest Turkestone, and they agreed to send me 2 bottles of this to test out, and they also sponsored this review. So I said, that's a pretty good deal, so we'll try this out and see how this works. And I've been taking this for the last 3 weeks, actually about 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, thereabouts. And I hate to say, but so far I've not noticed any benefit whatsoever from taking this. It's been like taking a multivitamin. You don't really notice any benefit, and you would think that if my testosterone is actually going up by taking this, that I would have more energy, that I would have more get up and go, that I would feel more like doing things. However, I can't tell any difference whatsoever since I've been taking this. Like I tell all these companies, if you send me a product for review, even if you sponsor that product review, and I find negativity, or if I find something didn't work for me, or I find fault, I'm going to tell you all that here, my subscribers here on this channel. I don't do favorable reviews because someone sends a free product, or they send a product and I actually get paid to tell you all about that product. So far, I've not noticed any benefit whatsoever. I'm going to continue to take this for the next few weeks and see if I notice anything, and if I do, I'll come back and make another video, let you all know about that. If you've taken this yourself, Black Forest Turkestone is what this is called. If you've taken this yourself and you've had benefits from this, you've noticed an increase in energy, let us know about it in the comments below. If you've taken it and you haven't noticed anything, let's also know that in the comments below. Alright, with that said and out of the way, let's get on with today's video. Everyone is still talking about this Chinese spy balloon, weather balloon, whatever it actually was, we'll probably never know, but people are still talking about this. It's all the buzz in the media right now. It's all the buzz on mainstream media and alternative media, because here I am making a video about this. I made a video a couple days ago about this, and people's trying to figure out what it was, what the purpose was, why it was allowed to go all the way across the United States before being shot down. And in my video a few days ago, I made the point that there's really no need that I know of to send a balloon over the U.S. to gather intelligence, because the Chinese, just like the United States, have satellites in space. They can look down, they can count, they can read what's on my shirt from space if they want to. They can read the tags in your vehicle, they can count the shingles on your house in real time. So they already can see everything from space. They already have infiltrated the military, the Pentagon, they've infiltrated corporate America, they've infiltrated big tech. They are everywhere. They have our DNA from those ancestry test kits that came out here a few years ago. They were getting the results of those. So everything they already know about the U.S., the military, our power, espionage, they've already gathered. Through espionage, they've already gathered everything they could possibly need. So there's really no need, in my opinion, to send the balloon over to gather more. So what was the actual purpose of that being sent over? Was it actually a weather balloon? Or was it, like I said in the video, maybe is a test run for something else? Maybe they're going to drop, bring an EMP over via that type of balloon travel. Who knows? But I do know the reason that they let that thing go all the way across from Montana, all the way across the United States, and out to the ocean before they shot that down. Because the United States, the deep state, used that as a means to push the narrative that China is a direct threat to the United States. And they actually are through, nuclear warfare and hypersonic missiles and things like that. However, by letting that go all the way across the U.S., letting people actually see that with their own eyes, people actually take pictures of that, have us flying over, take video of that, constant in the news, constant in the mainstream media, they had an effect on people. And that effect was that China can get here. China is a direct threat to the United States. China is our enemy. And that's all true. However, a lot of people here in the U.S., want to block that out and don't really want to think that nothing like that could actually happen, like a war with China. However, the United States is using that, or used that, as a way to push the narrative, like I said, that China is the enemy, because they know that shortly China is going to invade Taiwan. The United States already knows this through intelligence and espionage, just like the Chinese do to us. So, they know China's going to invade Taiwan. They may even know the exact date. I mean, who knows what they know? I don't know, but maybe they do. I don't think it's going to be much longer before they actually invade Taiwan. The United States knows it's going to happen. The United States is planning on going to war with China over Taiwan. So, to gain public support for a war with China over Taiwan, they want to make it look like, and to show Americans here in the U.S. that China is a direct threat to us here in the U.S. And people saw that, passed by, and are looking at that Chinese spy balloon. And then that's why they let it go all the way across the United States, for the propaganda effect, for the fear factor. And that's my opinion about that, guys. They could have shot that down, like I said in the video a few days ago, over territory that had, wide open territory when no one would have been hurt. No property would have been damaged. It flew over, Montana. There's wide areas without population in Montana, through the desert, through all across the U.S. They could have taken that down much easier and had a lot easier time gathering, that material from that balloon to actually examine that themselves and see what it actually was and what it was made of and how it was made and everything about that, gather any kind of intelligence and reverse engineering of that balloon and the apparatus that it was carrying. Instead, they elected to shoot it down over the ocean, let it go all the way across the U.S., always to the ocean, and shoot that down. And like I said, that's because they wanted to keep it going as long as they could, keep it in the media as long as they could about China spy balloon, China spy balloon, China threat, because they know they're going to be going to war shortly over Taiwan, and they're doing this. They let it go all the way across to gain support for a war with China over Taiwan, because they know that the vast majority of the American people isn't going to support, a war with China. China being a superpower with a strong military, hypersonic nuclear weapons. But the United States, the deep state, wants war with someone. They want war with Russia, they want war with China. That's because they're a dying empire. The United States is like Rome. They're a dying empire, they're losing power, and they are lashing out every way they can to try to gain that power back. The United States wants to lash out militarily. And China and Russia is mainly fighting an economic war right now, and the United States seems to be losing that because China and Russia, especially China, is buying tons of gold to back their currency. While the U.S. currency, the U.S. dollar, isn't backed by anything. It was backed by oil and the U.S. military, but now Saudi Arabia said, come one, come all, we'll sell this oil in whatever currency that you have to bring, if that's worth anything. No longer tied to the U.S. dollar. The United States knows this. The United States is a dying empire. They want to control the world. They want to dictate what the world does, how the world goes, and that time is ending. So we're going to go to war. And they're going to go to war with China rather than Russia, most likely. Could be both. Could be war on two fronts, with NATO fighting with Russia and Ukraine, and the United States fighting on two fronts with China over Taiwan. I mean, who knows what's actually going to happen. But it doesn't look good. But that's why they let that balloon, whether it be a spy balloon or weather balloon, whether it's here on purpose or drifted off course, the United States saw that as an opportunity. The United States military, the deep state, the Pentagon, saw that as an opportunity. Let that fly over, drift over, whatever, all the way across the U.S., hype it up in the media constantly, and you shoot it down over the ocean. Because they want it to full effect of it crossing all across the U.S., as many eyes on that as possible, because they know we're going to go to war. They want the people to see China as a direct threat and look for more of these type things to happen. More than likely, who knows, next time it could be a drone that flies over and be in the media, and Chinese spy drone, Chinese weapons drone or something. But it's all about building the fear up here in the U.S. to get the population here in the U.S. to back a war against China over Taiwan, in my humble opinion. Know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know, and don't just say I disagree. Tell me why you disagree. What's your proof that you disagree? What's your logic in disagreeing? A lot of people in the comments, they will say, I disagree. Why? What did I say was wrong? What's your proof? Why do you disagree? They say, I disagree. Don't do that. Put in the comments why you disagree if you disagree, or why you agree. Anyways, if you thought the video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. The Creekmore out here, and I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.